the Department of Education in Kwazulu-Natal has given amnesty to 2,080 learners who cheated in those final exams. The pupils will write those exams on the 16th of this month while the investigation is still underway. Well, the learners will write the subject they were found cheating in, which includes mathematics, physical science, biology, life science, history and geography. But if the department finds out after its investigation that some of those learners have cheated, they would withhold their results. Well, in December, monitoring body Umalusi said group copying was found at 19 Eastern Cape exam centres and 39 in KwaZulu-Natal. Well, Dr. Barney Mtembu is the Chief Director of Examinations in KwaZulu-Natal, and we chat to him now. Good afternoon, Doctor, and thank you for your time on SABC News.
Good afternoon.
Put this into perspective first, Doctor. There were irregularities granted, but it did not affect the credibility of the examinations as a whole. KZN had about 1,741 exam centres, and the Eastern Cape, we know, had 924. So the irregularities did occur at 2% of the centres, and that number does not compromise the integrity of the exams as a whole in these provinces, or indeed the country, does it, Doctor?
Thank you very much for the question. I think what we need to understand is that the integrity of exams should be 100% intact. And the small percentage that has been involved in irregularities is a serious concern for us. But the reason why we say these irregularities did not compromise the integrity of exams is mainly because they were detected and they were not released. Therefore, what we released are the results which are not tainted. Therefore, those are credible results. In that way, the integrity of the examination has not yet been compromised. It therefore means that we will always try by all means to achieve 100% credibility of examination. But we also try by all means to ensure that those irregularities which occur are detected, so that we talk of an examination with credible results and an examination whose results are actually out of the process with integrity.
All right,
Therefore,
Doctor.
We are concerned, although the level of compromise was too small and it was detected. Therefore, we are saying the results which were released were credible in the sense that we did not include the results which were tainted.
Yes, Doctor. Supplementary examinations are now a few days away. What system improvements do you have in place to avert similar occurrences in the future?
We are approaching this problem or this issue from different dimensions. The first dimension will be an indirect one, where we are organizing meetings with all principals of schools in the 12 districts in the KZN, and to try and ensure that we rally them around a moral kind of a behavior that will allow us to avert this. Secondly, we are going to look at this from a pedagogical perspective, where we'll ensure that there is monitoring of curriculum delivery, ensuring that teachers cover the syllabus, and ensuring that learners also get enough space to study and also to be assessed, and ensure that all what we find out of assessment in as far as curriculum gaps and knowledge gaps are concerned will be addressed, so that we reduce the temptation and desperation at the end of the year for learners to try and use other ways. All those things will be important, but specifically, we will actually ensure that we strengthen and we tighten up monitoring. In 2014, we had a very good monitoring system, but there is always room for improvement, and we feel there is room for improvement. We'll tighten up monitoring. We'll have more permanent monitors in schools. We'll have a more detailed kind of an instrument. We'll ensure that our monitors are more vigilant. We have learned from the system in 2014 that there are some gaps here and there. There are some tricks which we have learned, and we'll try to ensure that those tricks do not survive in the system.
All right, Doctor, in KZN and the Eastern Cape, chief invigilators and indeed the matriculants that are implicated need to be invited to formal hearings. Based on those hearings, of course, a sanction will be determined. Have those hearings commenced yet, Doctor?
We will have the hearings in Eastern Cape and KZN, although we haven't actually finalized the date of commencement. The hearings will involve the chief invigilators and vigilators. Because they are employed in the system, they will be dealt with in accordance with the Educators Employment Act, which means that the labor section of the Department of Education will deal with the employees, that is the invigilators and chief invigilators. Then the learners will be dealt with in terms of the regulations for conducting examinations. This means that the sanctions will not be the same. In case learners are found guilty, the policy says that they can be sanctioned to 1 or 2 or 3 years not writing the examination of the Department of the Republic of South Africa. But they can also be sanctioned to the results declared null and void and be given an opportunity to write again. So the process of hearings then is going to take 2 directions. The teachers will be dealt with separately and the learners will be dealt with separately.
Thank you, Dr. Mthembu.
Anyone of the people be found guilty, then they will be dealt with in accordance with the relevant policy.
Thank you, Dr. Mthembu. I'm afraid we'll have to leave it there. That's all we have time for. That was Dr. Barney Mthembu on the line to us, the Chief Director of Examinations in KwaZulu-Natal.